Jeep's 2026 Gladiator has arrived with a set of updates, but instead of excitement, it sparked a wave of controversy that has the Gladiator community more divided than ever. Let's break down what's causing the debate. Number 6. The 4xe hybrid is officially cancelled. This controversy isn't about what Jeep added to the Gladiator, it's about what they removed. The Gladiator 4xe plug-in hybrid, announced just last year, has now been completely scrapped. Former Jeep CEO Antonio Filosa had called it the biggest upgrade in Gladiator history, yet it disappeared before a single model made it to production. Here's what buyers won't be getting. The cancelled 4xe was set to use a 2.0-litre turbocharged Hurricane 4-cylinder paired with electric motors, producing a combined 375 horsepower and 470 pound-foot of torque. It promised up to 31 miles of electric-only driving and could reach 74.5 miles per hour solely on battery power. For real-world off-roading, especially slow technical rock crawling where throttle precision is everything, that instant electric torque would have delivered exceptional low-speed control. Quiet electric operation would have even allowed early campground departures without disturbing anyone. The cancellation comes as Stellantis retreats from its earlier aggressive electrification strategy. Internal documents mention a shift in product planning as customer preferences evolve. With this move, Jeep now exits a segment where competitors are beginning to offer hybrid options. Traditionalists are pleased, insisting the Gladiator belongs with conventional powertrains, while others are disappointed, noting that the 4xe would have been both the most powerful and the most fuel-efficient Gladiator ever, a combination hard to overlook. The hybrid is gone, but Jeep isn't leaving enthusiasts with nothing. In fact, what's coming next is stirring even more debate. Number 5. The Hemi V8 is coming. This is the update grabbing the most attention. Jeep CEO Bob Broderdorf has officially confirmed that the 6.4-litre Hemi V8 engine will be available in the Gladiator. Enthusiasts have been waiting for this announcement since the truck first debuted, but the way it's being implemented is sparking major debate. The 392 Hemi will produce 485 horsepower and 480 pound-foot of torque, making the Gladiator the only mid-size pickup to offer a V8. That's a massive 185 horsepower boost over the current V6, turning the Gladiator into a true performance machine. The same engine already powers the Wrangler Rubicon 392, so much of the engineering work is already done. But here's the catch. This V8 model is expected to be extremely expensive. That puts it out of reach for most shoppers, meaning the majority will still be left with the aging 3.6-litre V6, which delivers just 285 horsepower and 260 pound-foot of torque. And that leads to the bigger debate. Should Jeep have prioritized the cancelled hybrid instead? That setup would have offered power comparable to the V8 while delivering far better efficiency. Or should Jeep have introduced a modern turbocharged 4-cylinder, something more affordable than the V8 but more advanced than the V6? To many, the V8 announcement feels like Jeep doubling down on old-school muscle rather than embracing modern, efficient powertrains. And not everyone supports that direction. The powertrain controversy is heating up. But if you're hoping styling updates help balance things out, well, not quite. Number 4. Minimal styling updates. The exterior changes for 2026 are so subtle they're almost unnoticeable. And that's exactly what's disappointing some buyers. Jeep's design team chose functional upgrades over bold visual changes. The most significant improvement is a new tool-free door hinge system that makes removing the doors simpler than ever. Color updates received the most attention. Goldilocks, Metallic and the Returning Rain. Purple joined the lineup. While Juice is discontinued, Goldilocks delivers a more refined finish, and the return of Rain Purple answers the demand for standout color options. Inside, the updates are essentially non-existent. The 12.3-inch Uconnect 5 touchscreen remains standard on higher trims, with wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and built-in off-road trail guides. Continuing unchanged LED lighting also stays the same for Willys models and above. Here's where the controversy comes in. Competitors are moving forward. The redesigned Toyota Tacoma features an all-new interior, and the Ford Ranger recently upgraded its cabin materials. Meanwhile, the Gladiator's interior is entering its 7th year with almost no evolution. The debate now is whether Jeep is being intentionally conservative or simply falling behind. And these minimal styling tweaks would be easier to accept if Jeep had at least packed in more features, which leads directly to the next issue. Number 3. Standard equipment gets minor upgrades. Jeep has updated some of the Gladiator's standard features, but opinions are divided on whether these changes truly matter or are simply cosmetic improvements. Power locks and power windows are now standard on the base sport trim, a response to long-standing complaints that the entry model felt too bare bones. These are features that should have been included years ago, yet Jeep is presenting them as major additions for 2026. The off-road hardware remains the same, but it still sets the Gladiator apart. When you're deep off the beaten path and need to see exactly where your tires are landing on a blind obstacle, the TrailCam off-road camera becomes a crucial tool, and with 31.5 inches of water-fording capability, the Gladiator continues to lead its class in rugged performance. The controversy lies in the gap between expectations and reality. Many fans anticipated Jeep would make advanced driver assistance features standard or expand heated seats to more trims. Instead, the big news was power windows on the base model, a feature most competitors adopted decades ago. And speaking of what Jeep did add, there is one market where they made a bold move. Unfortunately, it's not the market most buyers were hoping for. Number 2. Canadian pricing drops dramatically. This change sounds like a clear win, but only if you live in Canada. And that's exactly why buyers in the US are frustrated. Stellantis has introduced huge price cuts for the Canadian market, slashing up to 11,400 Canadian dollars across various trims. The Sport S now starts at 49,995 Canadian dollars, down from 63,190 Canadian dollars. An enormous reduction that makes the Gladiator far more attainable for Canadian customers. The Willys is now 54,995 Canadian dollars, while the Mojave and Rubicon trims come in at 64,995 Canadian dollars. Here's the problem: US pricing hasn't really changed. It still starts at around 39,995 US dollars. American buyers are watching Canadians receive massive price drops while they continue paying full price. So naturally, the big question is, why didn't the US get the same cuts? Most US buyers aren't convinced by the official reasoning. To them, it feels like unequal treatment, especially since both markets face the same competitive pressure from Toyota, GM, and Ford. The pricing controversy is heated, but there's one long-standing issue that overshadows all of it. A limitation that has frustrated buyers from day one and still isn't going away. Number 1. Still only one configuration available. The biggest controversy for 2026 isn't what Jeep changed, it's what stayed the same. The Gladiator still comes in just one setup. A crew cab with a short bed trim levels and appearance packages exist, but the core layout hasn't expanded since launch. Need an extended cab or a longer bed? Not available. Want a regular cab for maximum cargo space? It doesn't exist. For contractors hauling plywood or 10-foot lumber, the 5-foot bed often forces buyers to consider other trucks. Competitors offer more flexibility. The Ford Ranger has extended and crew cab options, and the Toyota Tacoma provides multiple cab and bed combinations. The Gladiator remains the only mid-size truck with no configuration variety. Jeep explains that removable doors, roof, and windshield make engineering multiple body styles complex, so they focused on perfecting one layout. Still, many buyers aren't satisfied. With fully loaded Gladiators exceeding $65,000, customers expect more than a single option. The debate comes down to identity. Is the Gladiator a Wrangler with a bed or a true pickup? Jeep seems to prioritize Wrangler-style versatility over traditional truck practicality. The 2026 Gladiator highlights a brand balancing tradition and innovation. The cancelled hybrid removes its biggest planned upgrade. The delayed V8 favors classic performance. Canadians get major price cuts while US buyers don't. And the single crew cab limits versatility. Whether these decisions are smart planning or missed opportunities depends on your priorities, but the discussion isn't ending anytime soon.